Last session, the Dust Sea fought you. Shepard's hawk's eye steered you past treacherous sink pits and the eerie, equidistant craters of something colossally many-legged. A horse-sized acid beetle exploded from the grit. You weathered the spray and carved it down. At the ranch, hides and powdered skulls showed cattle drained of essentia. Even the bones crumbled. Night fell. Farla spotted auroras over the northern hills, the color of experiments from her syndicate's hideout. Strong tonight, as if a big project was underway. Among the herd, 2 cattle shriveled. Opalescent predators rose and tore your essentia patterns free. Jake's lights went dark until Shepard's whirling fire of herbs scorched both attackers, snapping him back. Jake's barrage ripped one apart, crystallizing residue where it bled. The other lunged for Farla until her storm of blades perforated it. Jake sampled the processed crystal, and a warning shot cracked the sky. Miss Magic arrived astride an engine cat, lance gun smoking, claiming those profits for the brewers. Farla revealed syndicate ties to the Dust Runners and vouched for you. Under the code of hospitality, steel cooled. Miss Magic turned and led you along a precise path, only visible under the geometric auroras, stacked cubes of light, revealing the mountain hideout ahead, where answers waited, and the night learned your memories. Last session, the Dust Sea fought you. Shepard's hawk.
All right. So, you all move together past the wastes, following the precise pattern above. What you see off in the distance, strange, cubic, almost metallic structures. And the way the essentia patterns go off of them is what makes the path that the woman who's introduced themselves as Miss Magic has been leading you upon. As your mounts move down, a thinning place here. As you get close now, you find it widens out. The tension of having to be so precise in the walk-in quickly goes away as she smiles. And there's various people who look like they've made some type of encampment outside of these large cubes that seem to, well, that Farla you know as the hideout. Place where training and all types of things of the syndicate happen before they go out and make their way into the common folk. Sometimes never to come back for a long time, if ever. That you're back at all might be some type of hullabaloo. But for now, as you look about the encampments, I think this is Chavero. Here, Syndicate, as backwards as it is, as dark as their hearts are, they're not evil per se. People who get close enough, they allow to stay out. Whether they let those people ever leave, well, doesn't know. So this kind of small tent village has been formed outside of the hideout. Those who are not syndicate are able to be and at least not have to brave the wilds of the Dust Sea. As you see some of these people who you know and have helped before, what might they find you doing? And here at Sanctimonious, you can describe your character a little bit, what they might be doing as everyone comes up upon them.
Yeah, I guess he'd be just maybe sitting and gazing around, just relaxing, taking in the area, just kind of on watch, seeing around. Yeah, just looking around and seeing what's coming around his way.
All right. And all of you, Dusty and Yellow Essentia, now kind of clung to you a bit. You see Chavera there. What do y'all want to do?
As we walk in, I want to kind of get a sense of what's changed since I was last here. Aside from seeing Chiro and thinking, who's that? I've never seen them before. Is there any kind of divide between those who work for themselves and those who have a sponsor? Is there a different, like, is there a pseudo class system going on?
From right away, you can see the ones that there are these folks who seem maybe that they just got lost and found this place, or maybe were rescued, that they're allowed to kind of live out and have a life outside of like the main safety of actually being inside the hideout. That has come up, and with your sharp eye, you can tell that this also likely serves as a good way for them to be recruited, and in some ways maybe forcing some folk into the less desirable positions within the syndicate. So they run out of water and things get a bit too rough. The only leaving might find a knife in their back, joining in a not so great assignment will at least give them some water.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna approach Chiro and say, can you tell me where those lights are coming from? What's the big project everyone's working on?
What's everyone working on? I'm not sure about my place here yet.
Yeah. That's what you just kind of only recently arrived for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just getting to know the lay of the land here. Haven't really tucked in anywhere yet. Reckon I'd find a good place to settle down for the night.
Fair enough. I suppose you could come with me and Miss Magic and find somewhere to sleep. Isn't that right, Miss Magic? Y'all find somewhere safe for this young man.
Well, Farley, he an outsider, you know that. Unless you vouching for him. You putting your name to his now?
Goodness me, no. Unless there's something in it for me, of course. Chai.
Well, another companion to your team if you need one. That'd be a great addition, I'm sure.
Is Bones with us at the moment? Is Bones in the room with us?
Yeah, so Bones has been with y'all, yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Do we need help?
Bones puts down the prophecy. Oh. Hold on. Let me look at my sketch. Holds up the book. Turns the book. Cranks her neck a little bit. Squints her eyes. I think that's you. Yes. This one. We need this one. Yes.
Okay. You're a crazy crackpot, but we'll allow it. Alright, I'll put my name to him, Miss Magic. Chai's with me.
Better watch it, Farla. Your name's getting spread mighty thin.
Alright, I'll heed your warning. Shepard, do you sense anything that we should be worried about around here? This camp is a lot larger than it used to be.
I'm lagging something serious. What did you ask?
I said, do you think we're in a safe place right now? This camp is much larger than it used to be.
Matt, can I do a instinct roll to kind of get a feel for the vibe?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me that instinct.
That's fitting. 22 fear.
So, all right, being able to look around, you understand people real well, especially the way you've taken care of them as a shepherd, and seeing the people around here, those who are outside especially, you can see their skin's just like a little too tight. In various places, discoloration. Like they're all just slowly getting sick. And as you kind of take that in, there's when you kind of begin to be able to taste it in the air. Like almost like something, the air tastes wrong. Like almost like when people mining for Essentia would step into where there's no air. Like it's dead. It's just awful. Gases would escape from tunnels. And that's when you really like it seems like a burned. Like the air is just burnt around here.
Well, if you look to these people as our canaries in the mine, I think we're safe for the moment, but we probably shouldn't stay for long.
Out of curiosity, does it smell anything like that cave we were in when we were at the beginning of the game, where they were dropping people in the hole? Does it resemble that smell?
Yeah, it does.
Oh no. That's not good. Alright, well, perhaps we should settle this matter as quickly as possible. Miss Magic, are you responsible for all these beasts being caved in and slurped up and dried out?
Little me? Nah, Father, no. We don't bother ourselves with the locals. But the things around, those aberrations, they always come up with something new.
So it's a coincidence that we've got decayed cattle and a crazy local fauna, and lights in the sky, and the smell of death emanating from the hideout, but meters away? That's all a coincidence.
Kind of looks, goes. She leans in. At this point, she goes, "You can believe what you want," and this large mechanical mount of a like catamount cat that's pushing her through, kind of beckons you all in, and she kind of shoots you a look of tell she's not quite happy that you're asking these questions in front of the tents and the outsiders.
Maybe you'd want to go somewhere more private.
Well, we might as well get on in now that you're all invited by Miss Farla. Come on now. As the large metal doors open and she begins to ride inside, slowly. Beckons y'all to follow.
Well, you know what they say, Bones. Grace before beauty.
Is Rattles allowed in?
What'd you ask?
Is Rattles allowed in? My giant rattlesnake.
Goes, we got stables on in here. We don't let them be out with, the wind and come on in. She goes, I'll show you.
All right. Miss Farla, see, this is why you keep asking them questions about the prophecy. Because eventually you'll come to the conclusion, and they can't deny you anymore. You just gotta keep on digging.
Well, all right. I think we may have something in common, Bones. It's that search of the truth. Let's get in there. Marching orders? I for one, think Bones should go first.
I will go first.
Nice. Coming on in now, there's a place where all your mounts can go, led by the Cassius goes. So you can all let them follow Matapur over here. You show them where they can be nice and comfortable. Looking at Farla's large scorpion and the rattlesnake. She turns to you and she goes, now Farla, just because we didn't do it doesn't mean that, the things we do in here don't have consequences for the outside. As you left, you just might say that things got very excited. We started to learn how to use Essentia in brand new ways. The way it burns so bright. Some profitable relationships began happening. We've discovered all types of things.
Anything we can use?
Well, you ain't been back since the change.
The change?
We need to, till things got exciting. Gotta make sure you're still one of us, don't we now?
If this is some kind of messed up hazing ritual, I promise you I've already done every one of them.
Well, ain't no hazing, just we gotta be careful, you know. After all, we ride in investigating things, getting closer and closer here. There's no reason for any of that.
I see. Well, what's it gonna take for you to share with me what the syndicate's learned?
Well, I can show you some. Come now. And she just begins leading all of you through these. Now, coming into this large area, this kind of steel, almost steel and metal shelter. There's these long hallways that give way to various rooms. It's kind of this odd, almost like higher technology type of place. Whatever this was, a little bit lost to time and taken over by the syndicate long ago. But you can see that the doors kind of move on their own, open, and okay. And there's can see a sensor power moving through all the walls.
Wow, this place is really taken off.
Well, like I said, as things became, as the sensor got a little hotter, everything started working around here.
Is
Yeah.
this the most advanced place in the desert?
Good question. Well, it's a lot different when the walls light up, ain't it, Farla? And you remember, Farla, used to be dark. People used to have like torches having to move through here. And I think next she's going to take you kind of where the training area would have been, especially places where like the potion mixing and those things would be happening. And like kind of this open space, what do you remember, Farla? Like kind of as far like thinking that she might see or moments of being trained here.
I'm imagining it's like quite a large room with rows of tables in long lines, and there are lots of presumably quite junior members of the syndicate messing about doing like quite manual work to prepare things, stuff that we can sell, stuff that we can put in our pockets and take on journeys with us and use to whatever means we're trying to attain. And then around the edges would be like boilers and shared equipment that everyone needs to scurry back and forth between to prepare their solutions or cut their herbs or whatever it is. And that's where you would have like the more senior members of staff watching over, guiding, making sure that people are both learning and not messing around and not about to blow everybody up.
And it's kind of expecting to see that place where learning and some of the best things occurred. Instead, most of the tables have been pushed to the side. Instead of the big learning and all the watching, it's now people hunched over large pieces of metal that they're working on treating with both concoctions that they seem to be making and riding on it with like these fine-tuned essentia pikes.
Huh.
In the center, the way they've all been pushed around, you can see that it looks like the ceiling has been taken off and made higher. There's large doors that look like they have been made now, like about 50, 80 feet tall on the one side. And in the floor, you can tell that something's been dug down.
Huh. It's really getting quite grand in here. Sorry.
It's gotta be the nicest place I've ever seen in my life.
You almost can't believe it's in a cave.
Kinda
Yeah. So this is,
magnificent.
she smiles. This is where everything started to burn quite bright.
I see you've got people engraving metal. Is that right?
Yeah, could say that.
Or are
It's
they
quite
imbuing it?
She is. That's right. Taking what's here and putting it into something a bit more orderly. Like you said, those things out there are whatever they are, ripping skin or whatever they like to do. The aberrations, I mean. They're so random. We started to figure out how you can make them orderly. This whole place seems to have been made to do it seems.
The hideout itself, you mean, has been made to do?
Maybe. And she looks, and she kind of points down, and you can see in this pit where the floor, where things have been dug out, there's like, you can see crystalline structures of this yellow, essentially, this stuff here. And it looks like it is, I mean, it has been mined to heck. And as you peer down, you can see where like the really base of some crystals have been taken off. Large, like 8 feet wide bases. And what almost looks like some type of corpse of a creature underneath, immense, 100 or so feet long.
Do you have any idea what you're dealing with here?
Just kind of smiles. The future, I think. And money. So much money.
This is making me feel mighty nervous about the structural stability of this place.
Oh. Well.
How much
Well-
deeper do you plan to go? What's left to do?
Oh, our main job has been done now for a little bit. Now it's just left for us to take what's left and find the next thing. I think that's why I even was willing to bring you back in here, Farley, you and your friends. Well, this was a big score, and we are quite higher than we used to be in our own riches. And we have our other businesses still working. I think it's time that we can take a next step. I think about it sometimes, Father. We always enrich ourselves, but we might be able to control some real things here. Be a voice people can't ignore. Not just doing things from the shadows, but making some of the decisions. You know what I mean?
Looking to take control of this place? Be an authority here?
Exert control. There, Chayera. Even your friend looking over at Bones goes. She looks at her book. It's another way we try to understand. She tries to control things. After all, Bones is who taught us the first things. I learned from her, you learned from her. But now we've gone beyond. Well, outside of your control, Bones, and we're going to exert our own.
This is bad.
And,
This is bad.
Is there anything in the prophecy about this, Bones? Did you see this in your drawings?
No, that's why this is bad.
Right.
They're stepping outside of prophecy. No, this is bad.
Yeah, Bones, I'm going to let you give us a little insight into this prophecy. Whatever this thing was that you can tell, that's all I'll give you. This thing below is dead, but it was not supposed to be. This should have been the second Colossus. Whatever they took from it, and whatever they've done with it, they've taken its very soul and put it out somewhere. So, with that information, I'm going to give you some fun here, Josh. Go for it.
So, this is literally what I would see, like, how the Japanese decided to build Mechagodzilla. This is like humans getting control of the Colossus and making their own version of whatever, like, it's going to be looking like a cowboy Colossus. Like, it has a giant rail gun as its gun in hand, and it's just like, looks like has a hat and everything, and like very Western style. Like, yeah. And this is their defense, but if it goes wrong, because who knows, that's what happens.
Yeah,
But
to
yeah,
be clear, what they've created isn't here.
No, of course, yeah, but yeah, this is what they've been working on. This is bad, no, they're stepping out of bounds here, no, Marla, we can't let this happen, Marla.
Well, I can see the argument for it, Bones. There's a giant existential threat to the drylands, and we've got this wonderfully well maintained and highly controlled beast under our instruction. Is that not optimal?
Beast is not savior. You are all saviors, not the beast. It is written.
Oh,
What are they doing to the land too? I mean, they're taking these resources out permanently.
that would always come up anyway. Now, those we might not control it, but we do control the one who bought it from us.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, of course.
See, they make it worse.
Let's see. She goes, and she goes, is it true that I heard that you all fell that beautiful beast out to the west? A Kiri,
A beautiful
I believe?
beast? We'd certainly failed in Akiri, but I wouldn't have called it beautiful. It was an aberration on the land.
Well, then you are to be credited almost as much as us. You created a need there, Farla.
A need for what, exactly?
Baron Destry got desperate. His hottest censure gone and ours flaring up. He paid a lot of money to have what we were working on bent to something that he could make real money with. We finished it up for him and sent it away. He's going to be unveiling it on the rail track. This thing's going to get essential like no one ever mean deeper than anyone dreamed of going to find it. Imagine that. We get what the little bits that come up. Imagine being able to get down to its source, especially since it's been awakened of late. This world's going to change, and the man who's changing it's going to be owing all that to the Syndicate.
That's insane. That sounds like too much power for one person.
I agree. I do think that is too much power for one person, but I don't think it's too much power for one syndicate. For a group of people who all get along and agree and work towards mutual goals. I think we should take it back, Miss Magic. I think we take the money, then we take the beast back.
You can see some of the people on the edges kind of looking at this. I need a presence there, Farla.
I don't know if any amount of presents can save that. Oh, wait. Can I use an experience for this?
Yeah, debate if you have the right experience. I mean,
I've got what could possibly go wrong.
I like that. There you go.
I'll take it. Roll. 11 critical success with 2 falls.
Oh! Crit! All right. So yeah, if it's doubles, all doubles are crits. There, Rodius. So, space means automatic success, and you mark a hope, and you relieve a stress.
Huzzah.
Um, amazing.
It's funny, I feel like I've convinced the NPCs, but I haven't convinced my party.
Like, what's
I
this
know.
doing to the environment?
So crazy that Brad had to go off because Shepard you would have so much to say right now,
You would.
and it's killing me. Huh. So, all around, everyone kind of stops for a moment. And things go quiet. They're all looking, and even Miss Magic looks around, realizing that you've kind of taken a degree of control of the room. She don't much like that. She pauses. If we were to do such a thing, it cannot be obvious, Farley. People think the Syndicate isn't to be trusted. By their word, and ain't go nowhere. We always fill our contracts, and we don't betray people that they can track. So how would you think we'd go about getting this without him realizing we stole what he paid for?
Well, you've already made it mighty clear that times have changed since I was in the Syndicate. I think it's fair to say that maybe I was cast out. Maybe I'm not working as part of the Syndicate anymore. But I've realized your ambition is exactly what this Syndicate needs. What it doesn't need is your willingness to bow to whoever pays the highest price.
All right. But we bow at first, but who do you think he's going to eventually need to upkeep that thing, to make sure it gets fed the right way? He's going to become dependent on it. And the more he's dependent upon it, he'll depend on us. After all, it only looks like we're bowing till we kick you in the kneecap.
I see your point. Bones, in this prophecy of yours of protecting the drylands and taking down the Colossus once and for all, are there any drawings of similar Colossus? Perhaps with reins on our side? I could use a new mount. I mean, don't tell that to Pansy.
And through book quickly. I mean, there's little section about something, but I never put much faith into this part. This always just seemed crazy talk. Even for me. You can't make Colossus work for you. That's just impossible. Why would you even try that? So, I crossed that part off. Don't worry.
I like how your philosophy is mutable.
Yes.
Well, I won't pursue this course of action without consensus from the whole syndicate, because that's how I taught the Dust Runners to run. But I do think we could be leaning a little more heavily on the incredible position we have here.
While you and your friends get a little bit of rest, and we'll all be so happy to hear your suggestions after you can see what we do.
Certainly. Chad, do you have a particular tent that you like to sleep in?
I mean, I do have my own tent, but that's for roughing it. Do you guys have a place to stay around here? You guys say you've been here before, right?
Yeah, Farley, you'd be pretty familiar with any type of bunking or anywhere in the structure. So, and I think it sounds like from the backstories we made before the thing here, Bones might have a little bit of knowledge there too. So you can kind of tell us what you think's going on.
I think it would have changed by now. It seems like this place is modernized. Can we upgrade from bunks? Do you have beds? Are there beds here?
Yeah. I'm going to say, where do you feel like you would leave and what might you find? Kind of giving that over to you.
Maybe I'd head off into the main corridor back away from the manufacturing area, the mining room, and like push on a door that used to be the bunk room. And when I open it and I go inside, I'm like, whoa, this is not what it used to look like. Maybe there's like beautiful painted partitions or glowing phosphorescent lamps using the Ascension to power them or something like that. And each has individual bed frames. Ooh.
I love it. So you find in that piece, and as you go in from the main room, you can see that the best it can be described is it seems like in here they are inscribing these pieces of metal and then put them together to like make these metallic aberrations, these construct aberrations, almost a few actually kind of look like they were modeled after Jake.
My mind is blown.
But you do get to your room where you all can be by yourselves for a little bit, and then kind of the course of actions and how you want to take all this is going to be up to you all.
Where would I have seen that? Was that like on the way?
So we've been kind of in that big room, these things that everyone was working on.
Wow.
So we're like in just like one big room now?
Yeah, so what you saw was a big room. If you wanted to look at more things in there, and then I'm saying if you guys want to talk, the talking can happen like when you're off to like this place where you all could sleep and rest.
Bones sits down and pulls you both in and goes, "Now I must look into the prophecy and see if this is good foreboding or bad. You can both watch, or you can both not watch." And then, Matt, she would like to try to commune. Once per long rest, during a moment of calm, you can commune with an ancestor, deity, nature, or otherworldly being. Ask them a question, then roll a number of d6s. Depending on the d6 I want, you get to reply with the answer.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess my question is going to be, since Farla seems very intrigued on making this person more or less work for the syndicate, and instead of the other way around, and finding a way to actually like get control over them more, or like actually getting that. So that's going to be where my commune leads to, is asking the spirits how we can actually find a way to gain an edge over this man, or whoever owns the beast.
All right.
Alrighty. So now I roll the number of d6s. So I got 3s and a 5. So either I can hear a sound or see a vision relevant to the answer. Are you psychically experience a scene relevant to the answer as if you were there? I am going to go with this. 5. You hear a sound or see a vision relevant to the answer.
Okay. Then what's it look like for you to kind of cause all this to happen?
Bones turns to empty pages in the book, and for her, she watched her eyes turn completely like the color of the magic here that everybody sees that runs through Jack and everything. You see her eyes automatically just become that, and she just kind of goes and checks out. But as this is happening, she starts scrawling as you see a pen just automatically appear in her hand. And there's already an inkwell, like right next to the book, like sitting perfectly, not moving. And she's instantly just scrawling this all down, saying it out loud, repeating it in this crazy verbiage that like people might not even understand, but to her it all makes sense.
Does she do this often?
Are you asking her or Farla? Because in the middle, she's...
Yeah, I asked Farla.
To be perfectly honest, I've never witnessed it firsthand before.
Seems like some kind of black magic.
It could be that. She could just have schizophrenia. We should really keep an eye on her. I don't know if I'd put full faith in this crazed drawing. I'd put much more faith in what we can see with our own eyes, that clearly there's an excellent opportunity ahead of us.
So what do you make of all this, Farla?
Why do I make of it? I think times have changed. This used to be an independent members organization who looked after each other and worked for themselves. And it seems that times have led us to require the patronage of particular people with nefarious goals far exceeding those we've seen in the past. So we have to choose a side. That's what I make of this. We've got to make our own side, or we've got to fight. And I, for one, love money, so I'd prefer to make my own side. But that's not the way of Shepard. It's not the way of Jake. Maybe it's not your way.
Alright, I'm gonna take a look to see what Bones is scrawling up there.
Yeah. So I want to ask Olus here as we get to this, because you're trying to find out like what level or lever you might be able to pull here on Rider Destry. On Baron Rider Destry. Baron, by the way, is the first name, not a title. But what do you all think might be interesting? Is the question.
I really have something, but it have to be Farla's okay with it. That his lost love looks exactly like Farla.
His what looks exactly like
His
Farla?
lost love. Like
Oh, goodness.
had a love from his early age that maybe that died in a tragic accident.
Yeah.
And
So he's
she, like,
asking, so you
resembles
don't
him.
have to do it. He's
That's just my thought. Because it also plays into your rogue background of being able to use that. So
Sure, why not?
Sounds like she'd be like, I'm not that woman.
Why not? Let's go.
Okay. Then I think does that sound good to Sanctimonious there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
So kind of taking this, this kind of heartbroken and obsessed. Yeah, I think as you see the scribblings in this drawing that she ends up making, you can see what appears to be a fine room. And there is within this room a large portrait of a woman in lace and beautiful clothing, perfectly manicured nails and hair. And it hangs against a wall, and right in front of it appears to be like a dresser, fine wood. Around there, surrounded by candles and what looks like flowers. Some look like they've dried, but others are fresh, and they're just piled. You can see in this drawing, Baron is drawn there, placed in a new one on this pyre of hundreds, as though he places a fresh one there every single day. Looking at this portrait, and as you look at deep, this beautiful fawn, though clearly way more well-to-do, does bear that striking resemblance to Farla.
Sorry, Liv, question. I don't think I fully understand. Is this in the book that Bones is scribbling in? Or
Yeah,
on the
like she
paper?
drew it.
I see this
Huh.
vision of this man standing in front of the portrait, and I'm drawing it for you both to see.
Who are these people? Who did you draw here?
I don't know. You're supposed to know. I don't know everything. Why do you think I know everything?
Now, are you guys pulling my leg here or something? Because I'd say that looks exactly like you, Farley.
I think Bones maybe just stared at me a bit too hard today. Do you want to try again? Do you want to go again?
I can't go again. This is what they tell me. Maybe I guess wires got crossed. Oh, okay. I get up close, fly up to Chiairo, and go, I think you might be right though. And looks at the book and holds it up to her. Yeah, you might be right.
Farlah's gonna stick out her tongue. Doesn't look like me at all. I don't know what you're talking about. My antlers are clearly better manicured than that.
That is very true.
Seems like you have some kind of part to play in this, but if this isn't you, then who is this?
Maybe we should ask Miss Magic if she's seen someone of that visage around.
That sounds like a mighty good idea, I'd say.
Tell me, Bones, these prophecies, are they always 100% accurate?
85%.
Huh. It's pretty good, actually. Have you ever gambled, Bones?
No, gambling is ridiculous. Why would you gamble? You lose your money.
85% accurate's pretty good, is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, sometimes people die, so the odds change.
Oh, I see. It's like a reactive prophecy. Okay, good to know. What should we do with this information?
Do you trust Miss Magic?
No, of course not. Do you?
No. She's not part of the prophecy, so no. I
But we
definitely
still-
think.
We
what were
still
you
need
saying?
to know something from her, though. So,
What do we need to know?
who this woman is that you've drawn
Ah.
that isn't you,
I mean, there's got to be other people around. I saw little hands making light work of those metal sheets.
Maybe we ask around.
Yeah, why not?
I think we should ask around, particularly because if we don't trust Miss Magic, there's got to be others who don't trust her as well.
I definitely think you're right.
But
When
it
was
has
the last
been a
time
long
you were
day.
here? Was it? Oh, last time I was here when I saw you.
Yeah, I guess so. It's been many years, to be honest with you. The hideout is a place of proving yourself, cutting your teeth, learning your skills. But once you're set, you're out in the world, and you only really come back when you're missing work. And if you're succeeding, you're not missing work. So I haven't been back here in quite some time. But maybe there's a familiar face. Should we go and have a chat, or should we have a rest? How are you feeling?
Yeah, we could canvas the area.
Well, all right. Should we go about this quietly? I think we should perhaps tread lightly in these halls.
Yes, I don't draw much attention to myself ever.
Never in your life.
Nope. All right, let's go.
The plan is to go back to the room where people were engraving or imbuing the metal sheets and try and ask them if they recognize the person in the painting in the prophetic drawing.
I hold book up to people and go, "Have you seen this person? Do you know them?" And it's not her.
I like this. So for canvassing the information here, as the whole group's kind of doing this, who would like to lead the group challenge?
I vote Bones.
Yeah, I
will do
vote
it.
Bones too. Yeah.
All right, so Bones is going to do it. So, but before then, so basically what it gives a reaction roll from the two of you, and you describe what you're doing to do that, as Bones is the main one, and that either adds or detracts from Bones' eventual roll. And reaction just means ultimately that it doesn't generate hope, nor does it give me fear. So how as Bones is going person to person, going, you see, all that stuff. How are you to maybe help in making it a little smoother?
I am going to go up to people and say, have you ever seen someone that looks like me but much, much richer?
I'm gonna use can I use like an experience that
Sure.
so the people that are maybe like off put by this granny coming up to them, I'm gonna use my "you won't get away" experience and kind of make sure everybody listens. You know who we're asking. No one's trying to slick
So
away.
so what that looks like is like what are you doing to make sure that they don't slip away? What do we see?
If I see like them going shifty eyed, I kind of walk up to them and follow up, kind of usher them to the granny.
Like, no, you don't. Oh, I like that. So then Choyer and Liv both give me presence rolls. You can add your experience here. If you spend a hope, then you get a +2 to that roll.
Okay, how would I roll that?
So if you're in Demiplane, when you spend a hope, you can go down and you can add an additional modifier to the roll. I think you would hit you go to your presence and you'd click on that number, and that should charge your roll down in the lower left, and then you should be able to add an additional 2 or 3 depending on how you level up from your experience, and then
2,
hit the roll button.
+2. Okay. So I got 18
All right.
Is that with fear?
It just so
Or is it-
reactions don't do it.
Okay,
So we
okay,
don't care about any reactions. What did Farley get?
12.
12. All right. So making your presence roll bones, you have a +2.
Okay. That is 11 plus 2 is 13 plus 1 is a 14 with hope.
Okay. So them not being able to get away and forced to look at Granite's photos, everyone's nightmare. As they go, yeah, it's a nice picture. It does look like Farla. And finally you come to one person who kind of goes wide, eyes kind of land on it. Look at bones for a second. I mean, if you met Ophelia,
I'm sorry,
yes.
who?
Ophelia.
yeah, Ophelia. Before I came here and started working on a syndicate, I was, I was in a Destra mine, and every once in a while, a Baron come by, and well, he'd be with her. He was cornering her something fierce, if I remember. Heard that she was on a train coming over. Had gone to make sure that some deal went through for him, and on the way back, whole thing got run over by a pack of aberrations, and she ain't never seen again.
Oh, wow, that's tragic. Tell me more. Was he distraught?
Kind of thinks, well, yeah, I remember he showed up a lot more after that, made us all, we had to work harder, less water, less breaks. Kind of started would make me go a bit more dishonest. Led me up here. Remember knowing a few folks who had found better ways to do things than slaving away in the mines. But yeah, I'd have to say that happened, and it drove a lot of us out, either to places like this, or a few people found their way over into Havilath. I think they had their laugh, and they mostly let themselves go there, but yeah, it drove us a lot out of what people would call honest work. Became obsessed after that. I just remember one time he was looking at a portrait he had of her around his neck. Small little painting. Maybe no more than an inch or so. He was just saying, I'm going to find you down there. So, I don't know, distraught. I think he went nuts. That's what I know. When I heard you saying we might take his money and take the thing we made for him, that sounds mighty good, Farla. Crazy, man. He's just crazy.
And have you ever met her in person?
The matter, no, I just seen her, like I said, when they would come down and just looking how we all were doing. But she never really spoke. Spoke to a few people, but not much. She'd smile nice enough, and occasionally she'd bring breads and biscuits, enough for everybody. I don't imagine she made them herself, but thought it was good all the same.
So it would be right to say that many people around here are upset with the Baron of his change of heart and the way he stopped treating people with respect.
I guess so. I mean, he always called her his heart. Maybe when she died, it died too. I don't know.
Well, that's a sad story. And thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Is that enough information for you, Chai and Bones? Do you think we could use that for our own purposes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it clears up that prophecy there.
Question. How do we use it?
Not sure.
Did you say how do we visit?
How do we use it?
Use it. Ah. Well, I think there's a time and a place for imitating others. And maybe it's this.
You could pretend to be a ghost and make him have to give up everything he did. And do better for not his crimes. Yes. Or we make him fake fall in love with you and then you kill him.
Now, what exactly are we looking to do with this Baron?
Obviously, we want his giant mechanical fighting tool.
All right.
I mean, obviously that's what Paula wants. We'd need to meet the Baron. I don't think we've yet met the Baron. We've only met people who act for the Baron. Or rather, for a guy named Baron whose title is not Baron.
Is that guy we were questioning still here?
And sure. Incidentally, Farla, it only kind of hits you now that the woman who originally tried to recruit you over to Baron Destry's side back in Wildland Gulch, the outfit she was wearing looks almost exactly like the outfit that this woman's wearing. And definitely not the same woman. She's Infernus. This one's a fawn. But it looked
Like a uniform?
so much a uniform, but more maybe she was trying the angle you're trying to do, maybe she was trying to do something similar. Dressing like her.
Interesting. This is known lore. Okay. Well, actually, I think the best thing we can do is sleep on it. Have a think about what we can do with this information. Perhaps it might help to speak to others around camp about the construction or the abilities available to that creature. It's possible that we don't succeed in this mission and we still have to fight it, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It could still be under control, and they just helping build it and make it faster.
That's a good point. What can we learn from looking at the various manufacturing equipment and processes? Could we learn how to do it ourselves? You said
Maybe
there are
learn
Jake-like
weaknesses.
things. Sorry.
Maybe learn weaknesses.
Maybe. You guys tell me what you want to do here.
Can we stop being followed by Miss Magic and oh my god, to bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think when you guys went out, she really wasn't following you.
All right, great.
So you have some
Then
freedom here because again, you are still part of this place. It's not like she followed all of you.
Maybe we try to collect pieces so Jake can help understand them later. Since they seem to be making things that look like Jake.
I agree. That's curious, and I'd like to know more about that.
So we start there.
Bones, in all your time on this earth, have you encountered anything like a mechanical hound that is powered by a Sentia?
No. That's why Jake's in prophecy. He's a good boy.
I'm not sure he likes being called that, but we can certainly
No, he
see if
doesn't.
there are any. The truth is that all mechanical hounds are good boys.
Yes. But Jake's best boy. Because he's in prophecy, so.
We should get you a tattoo so you can point to it. It's in the prophecy.
That'd be a good idea. Maybe like t-shirt.
Alright, so can we head into the room where people are manufacturing things and try and sit down and observe them, learn from them? Is that possible?
Steal pieces so then Jake can look at later.
All right. So you want to like kind of save this for Jake to look at later? You're saying?
We want to try to go get some of the pieces that they're using to get the mechanical dogs or make them. And then see if we can watch and see how they're doing that. And then steal some pieces.
Okay. Yeah. I think looking at it, like the biggest thing you kind of get from just watching is they try to make these design. The combustion is different. It seems to make a type of steam that powers the whole thing. The movements are clunkier. And it's kind of one of the first times you've seen it seems to actually burn, consume, and release this strange essentia smoke. You see they seem to have some systems in here that kind of channel that out into the surrounding area. What they use in here, where Jake kind of essentially runs clean. These do not. Jake might say inefficient fueling.
Do they look like a previous model, or are they too different?
They kind of look like they might have been. Almost more looks like they might be more recent models added on, but just without like as far as the looks of them. But though they couldn't quite get the engine right, and one thing you notice as they go about and are working with them is it's like when there's an area where they're like trying to train a few of them and they seem very aggressive And I would say, because anyone can do this. Who'd like to make an instinct just to kind of understand this a little bit? Whoever might be looking at it.
Would you like to make it?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because you know natural things. Yeah, I think you're actually a really good one for this.
Okay, yeah. I'll go for that. That's an instinct roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got 17
Okay. Just tell you with hope or fear.
with hope.
Awesome. So now you rolled with a hope. You mark a hope on your character sheet.
Okay.
So you gain a hope for rolling with hope.
Okay.
And 17. As you stare at this, at first it looks like almost like they've replicated like a wild beast or animated, but as they're trying to get them to behave themselves, there's like this look of cunning in these metallic and essential eyes. And as they obey, it's unlike the things of the nature, like they're trying to lull them in, make them think that everything's just fine. Maybe so they can get out of here. You realize like these are similar ways that even the mount that Miss Magic came in on, they must have been made from this yellow essential process. These things ain't stupid. You get the distinct feeling they're just biding their time.
There's something unnatural about these creatures. It's not something living in there. Something thinking.
Who devised this design? Is there like someone who's clearly more scientific? Maybe they're wearing spectacles?
I like that. Yeah, you guys can describe what you may think you. Varla will go put this into you. I think you very much know this lead designer. They would have been here and probably helped you out. Give us a little bit on him.
We know him as Doc.
All right.
And perhaps he's of indeterminate age, has no hair, in fact is completely hairless, human, and is not wearing a lab coat because lab coats aren't a thing, but is wearing a dusty canvas jacket with big red buttons. And it's clearly not very fashionable, but you get the impression this person doesn't necessarily care about fashion.
I love it. As you come up and he still seems to be working really heavily on designs. You can hear him kind of mutter himself.
Sir, can I interrupt you for a minute?
Sorry, I was paying attention. Well, good grief.
Doc,
It ain't Farla.
it's been a long time since I've seen you last. You've really come along in your studies. These machines are incredible.
Yeah, I can't believe it myself. It's just we've been able to come so far so quick. It's just like everything suddenly made sense. All the, I teach you all the basics, but there were so many things that didn't quite just connect. Things about essentially didn't quite make sense. Like it was always less than it should be. And then all of a sudden, one day, you could just tell it had become what it was supposed to be all along. Especially as we found, a little source here. From what I know, this is the only type anywhere. We're able to get it all. Really do some amazing things.
I'm a little curious by what you mean by it all just kind of clicked at some point. Did it come to you in a dream? These machines, they're great, don't get me wrong, but they do seem to have some level of mind of their own.
Oh, well, I suppose a dream, but I remember, well, it's- I was here and working and teaching everyone. I was cleaning up after, you all like to run away and leave me with the cleanup. They still do that. And I just, I had tripped and I hit my head real bad. As I looked, blood was all over the ground, and there was this crack in the floor. That's when I heard it was like a cry. So I followed where my blood was dripping on down, because I was trying to clean it up and saw that some had gone down, and I heard it like a cry almost. And when I peered down, that's when I saw that glowing, beautiful yellow. And the more I looked at it, the more I understood what it could be used for. I got in, dug a little bit, got some out. And it was just like, when you looked at it, you can see how it wanted to be put together. It's kind of like people used to paint. I knew some painters back in my younger days. They would just say the canvas will tell you where it goes, or when they would carve wood, they go, every trunk has the form. It was kind of like it was with this. Just kind of knew how to work with it. Still all the principles I taught y'all, but like art had met our science, it was beautiful.
Does this all sound normal to you, Chai?
Sounds kind of crazy, but it seems like the future's change, like the world's changing, and looks like this guy's discovered something new here, something important, right?
You reckon this is the natural way of things? I can't help but wonder whether everybody here is under some kind of influence of this ascension that's not quite right. Do people just see patterns? Do people just know how things go together?
Do you think he's being manipulated somehow by people around here?
I don't know if they're people. I'm not a spiritual person, but I mean, I'm a very spiritual person, but this smells of evil magic.
Magic.
I don't know. Maybe magic's not the word. Evil auras? We saw some crazy stuff in that last town. There were spirits flying through the air, setting fire to people's homes, controlling their behavior, giving them memories they thought they'd left behind. I wonder if this is like a memory from the future, a vision. Bones, do you sense anything?
This is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. He's cracked the door. He's seen inside. He cracked the door. He cannot. No, this is bad. We can't let him continue.
We need to stop him, you say?
Yes, he's seen inside. He cracked the door. I warned Shepard about doing that. You can't crack the door.
He's seen inside what?
The prophecy. He's seen too far.
Oh.
You can only go too far. And he went all the way. He's crazy. And that's coming from me.
I don't know. Some of us dream of going all the way. So if we were to stop him, well, quietly, we were to stop him, what might that look like?
Miss Magic will be very angry. Baron might be very angry, but we also have to worry about if these beasts have a mind of their own. Does that mean the one the Baron's building has a mind of its own and it's just waiting, biding its time?
I suspect.
So do we warn him?
Would he believe us?
No. No, most people don't believe me. I'm lucky you 3 or believe me.
Sounds like this place is a pressure cooker about to pop.
I can make it pop quick.
Do we want to light it up?
I don't know.
Do we want to be around to see that?
Isn't this your home?
It is. It is. And I don't necessarily want to see decades of history and hard work and good people get destroyed. But what they're doing here is seeming more and more like a terrible investment.
Maybe you must take over it then and lead them in the right way.
Take over? Don't think so. I'm more of a free-spirited type.
Probably see, did say that about you.
Think you maybe want to set this place right and then head on your way?
I do think so. But I want to take a piece of this technology with us because I'm certain that Jake will have something to say about it.
How do we get piece of it with him watching us, kind of?
To be honest, I think we just set him on a problem and he'll put his head down and we won't see him again till dawn. Hey, Doc, why don't you tell me a little bit about some of this mechanical stuff?
What? Yeah. Well, you know a lot of it. Come on, I'll show you. And starts to kind of piece and goes. I mean, there's not a lot left. You gotta. You can kind of see now they seem to be working with like scraps, as though the big portion of it is gone. Again, the idea is mostly you just see this dead creature at the bottom of this pit that looks like it was the source of all this yellow essentia. And the more you all look at it, I mean, Farla essentially, like, this, you can't imagine this thing being anything other than a colossus that they've, like, almost taken its insides, harvested out.
Yeah.
And now that they're using, and as he takes kind of the scraps, you can see, like, no, come on down, Farla, I'll show you, and y'all can look too, and you can see he kind of takes these pieces, and you know, he's like, so you just kind of start building with it a little bit, and eventually, like, it'll just kind of show you. And is anyone trying to, like, learn, or like, is anyone trying to do this, or do you just want to watch Doc do it?
But I was trying to grab some stuff so that we could take it back to Jake.
Okay, so I like that as that's happening. Well, the rest of you just kind of watching. Then I would say
I was trying to be a distraction.
Yeah,
I was trying to distract Doc.
So I like this. So I think let's have, since Bones are the last one, we'll have Farla lead. So you'll do the distraction. So Bones, I'll take a finesse to be stealing.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll be swiping some things as well, just to.
All right. So you both will give me reaction finesses, and that will add to the distraction of Farla.
I am spending my hope time to hightail and get out of here. So, yeah, Bones is quickly looking to the bigger guy that's next to her and goes, I'll cut the pieces off. And since I'm really small and fly, and you grab it and run.
Sounds like a good plan.
Is going to be, luckily this is a reaction, in 18.
I rolled. So it was the finesse roll.
Yes.
I got a 11 with fear. I guess he's so close.
Yeah, so just straight 11. Okay, so those actually cancel. So this is a straight presence for Farla, I think, for this distraction.
That's a 16 with hope.
There we go. And so in that case, as you all are doing this, you're able to... So interesting. You are able to get these pieces. Now, this yellow Essentia is very different from what you saw elsewhere. They're...
Even different from the one in the house that we got off the table?
Yes.
Okay, different to that too. Okay.
Those out there where you've seen it are very tiny crystals. Like almost like if it was ball sized, there would be like maybe like hundreds of small crystals that look like they more joined together over the course, like tiny clusters. These are like long, and if they're cut or then as the big pieces instead of very tiny ones that went over time. But still like the same vibes, and if Jake, the other character, was here, they'd probably say bad Essentia. It would still be that type of deal, but more concentrated. But I would say you get smaller pieces, but they're have more cohesion to them. Little, almost like less reactive, you think, as you pocket some of it as well with some of the pieces that have been used to put them together.
As Chai and Brent smuggle this, do they get that feeling of like knowing how it works, knowing how to put it together?
There's a between if you try. I guess that would depend if you want to try to put something together.
I don't know. Are we just smuggling?
Yeah,
For now.
I would say yeah. Take it back with us somewhere, right? So we're not out in the open. Obviously, there's something fishy going on here. I don't want to do anything out in the open, right?
Okie dokie. Am I learning anything from Doc?
This was to ask. Are you attempting to?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Then go ahead and give me a presence reaction, please.
Oh, 19. I'm glad you said reaction.
I know a lot of reactions this game. Yeah, as you look at it, as he's teaching you now begin to see. It's as though when he's using it, the process here seems to be concentrating and allowing like the crystal itself to smoke and burn itself into these pieces of metal that they then start to attach each other and begin to take a form. And as they kind of goes across, there's a shape that starts to kind of come into your mind. So I'd say, what do you feel like the shape that comes into you to Farla's mind is?
Maybe a very long, thin rope.
Okay. So you're able to essentially like almost disintegrate away pieces of the metal with this that then create this rope out of metal, and where you make the lines with it being guided by the image, you see this embedded bits of this yellow essentia.
I see. So it's kind of like you can manifest whatever you're thinking of at the time.
Yeah, almost like it feels like it wants to be this rope. It wants to make this rope. And then as it's done, you can see it almost begins to move on its own, like it wants to tie your hands together. You kind of back off, like, then it kind of
Ooh.
puts down, and as Chayera would say, almost gets that. Oh no, I wasn't really trying to do that. I'm just a regular rope. Kind of this waiting for you to let down your guard. And during the process, you began to feel this cry, this almost like of something in pain. But almost like you began to feel its own sorrow and anguish and hatred before you just instinctively pushed that out of yourself. And then it was gone.
I'm going to try and keep all of this under control and not give away that this is how I'm feeling to Doc, who's patiently probably prattling away about all the cool features and properties.
Goes, oh, I've seen the rope before. You can just throw it up and it'll tie around a rock, let you climb right on it. Ties around your waist like it tries to tie around your hands just in case you'd fall. It's like it cares about you. It's so cool. And it's kind of, you're dealing with someone who possibly you have the field of delusion, and you have these pieces ready to analyze. You're feeling less secure than you did on the outside now that you're inside the hideout. We will end there for tonight.
Okay.
So, all right. So I'm going to end the stream, and then offline we'll talk a little bit. We do our little debrief.